how I woke to be vegan in this life from my interpretation or observation. Little background, I used to hunt and fish, and I love to eat meat. The turkey's neck at Thanksgiving, the exotic animals, the duck. I was the guy with bones piled high at the KFC. Constantly as a child, I grew up wanting and knowing what I wanted in the sense of I wanted a woman. I wanted to be with someone who wanted me like I wanted her in that highest possible sense. That has been the core of my entire life. It has been at the core ever since I kind of knew what I wanted. That was like when I was 4 years old and all the way up through now, that's how I feel. So I went to the public schools, ate their government-funded meat, milk, and eggs. I would make fun of my sister when she would go to eat a veggie burger. As I grew and met more people of diversity, I began to open to things. I tried tofu and the rice milks and would like all that stuff. I went to college at Penn State, and that's where I was exposed to the vegan word. I was given hummus, blueberry rice dream shakes. I think it sort of set a mode in my mind. It allowed me to know that there is that kind of food out there. There were those delicious plant-based food options available. I left college as I had started, still eating meat. It was not until about a year later that I finally saw the light. And so here's where my story really takes a turn and was a little different compared to what most people would say, well, how did you become vegan? So I lived in Vermont in the middle of a forest. It was a near perfect environment to wake up to be vegan, if you ask me. I could not have planned it any better myself, which I'm not sure who planned it. However, someone did, seemingly. I think there was a lot in the making of this. When in Vermont, I started to recall other lifetimes, other life paths. And I also recognized that some characters I knew had more than one person playing them. It was then the background of karma and life sciences that came back to me to allow me to see the light. To come to know that I should not be doing these things to other animals. Just in the same way that I should not be doing those things to my fellow man. You know, I wanted to be with my woman, and I wanted to be with her in the highest sense. I didn't want anything to disrupt my love with my woman. When I interfere with someone wrongly, I negatively affect their love life, so essentially it's going to come back to me in some fashion. And so that's what I'm led to believe about how life works. If you want to call that karma, or cause and effect, or whatever you want to call that. Check out this link here, which has some greater information about these theories that I've come to mention the notion of here. Check out this link. To promote veganism, sometimes one must focus on the needs of the kingdom, the people included, especially if they're the ones you're trying to get your message across to. And we really have to get to the root of the problem. I feel we will see in time that a lot of this has to do with love and or the lack of understanding thereof. When people understand love to a certain degree, then they will not wish to wrongly harm another, a man or a mouse. So at least this is what I'm led to believe. If you have a little bit of time, take a look at these videos at this link. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you.